Man, all these choices are so hard. I mean, I want to play a music rhythm game right now, but there are so many choices to choose from. I think my best choice right now is just to go on eBay and see what people are selling. So Guitar Hero Live released in 2015 for the PS3, Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS4, Wii U, and iOS. Wait, what? Yeah, everyone knows the iPhone. They're everywhere, and there's a lot of games available on iPhones right now. But I would never expect Guitar Hero Live to be one of those. Guitar Hero on iPhones. Yeah. Alright, so let's get this one out of the way since I can't really find it anywhere. There was at one point Guitar Hero Live released for the iPhones and iPads, but the game has been delisted since then, so you can't find it anymore. But if you really want to play Guitar Hero Live on the iPhone, then this game would be the next best thing. Other than iPhone, all versions of Guitar Hero Live are nearly identical. So, let's go ahead, since we got the game. They forgot the disc. The gameplay is very similar to how Guitar Hero was before, but if you look at the controls of the Guitar Hero controller, they changed the controller? Why? I mean, look at this controller. Nothing else out there comes even close to being like this, and somehow they messed it up still. So yes, it's a bit confusing on why they changed the controller, but this was done to give a more realistic touch to it, mimicking an actual guitar. Really? It's a Guitar Hero game. The thing I'm more worried about is jamming out to my favorite songs, not plastic pretending to be string. But if there's a part where the crowd turns into a stampede, then we can call it realistic. Hey now, let's be rational now. There's no way that someone saw this and thought, yeah, this would do. I'm used to the previous ones on how the collar buttons worked, but now they just made it this. They're super close together, so I think one is the other one, and plus, when I see one of the collars on there and it switches to the other one on me, I get very confused and hit the wrong button. Sometimes I could do both colors at the same time, and it throws me completely off. So even before we put in the game, we need to prepare. But I'm not Guitar Hero material. Sure, some of the songs I would listen to are completely different than what you would find on a Guitar Hero game. Every time I put in a rock CD, I have the same reaction. It's generally not my music taste. I listen to completely different stuff like this one, and also Eminem. I mean, they wouldn't have this song, right? Oh, apparently they do. Well, Wikipedia says there are songs from Katy Perry and Eminem, so I'm kind of curious to see what this game has in store for me. Okay, so now we can finally play the game. Let's go ahead and pop it in. This is Guitar Hero Live. So this is Guitar Hero Live. Regular Guitar Hero Live acts very similar to how like a story mode might feel or something like that. Or maybe even a band tour. All the levels are kind of like different radio stations that you have a few songs you play at a time in those. It's kind of cool, but sometimes it's a bit annoying when you're trying to play a certain song and you don't have them unlocked. But if you want to get the full experience of Guitar Hero Live, your best bet is to wear headphones because 90% of the time you're going to hear. The main menu definitely has that 2015 reboot kind of vibe going on with it, which that's exactly what it is. It really feels like there's nothing going on here other than, hey, pick an option. The other games were fun. It lets you know it was a game. This feels like the main menu on Netflix. And even though this is still fun to play, it's also harder than some of the other rhythm games I've played. Sure, Beat Saber might look hard, but yeah, it's a little bit easier than you think. But any Guitar Hero game, be prepared to work out your fingers. Alright, so let's take a look on how the game works.
Rock the block. Over to the ledge.
So Guitar Hero Live works pretty much like any other Guitar Hero game. You go in, you select the song you want to play, and you match the buttons on screen. That's fine. Matching the buttons on screen will let you play the song correctly and keep the crowd on your side. But this game don't mess around at all. If you miss one single button press, the crowd starts booing at you. And the crowd being real people this time around gives a different feel from how it was before. Older ones were kind of like, haha, funny goofy guy. You have a live reaction. How more realistic can you get with this game? Sure, having a live crowd as a full motion video kind of is jarring when it switches reactions, but I'll get used to it. But overall, it is improvement on how the game was before. Okay, so the crowd and the general gameplay is over with. Now let's take a look at how many songs are on here. There are quite a bit of songs on Guitar Hero Live, but it's a lot less from the previous entry in the Guitar Hero series. The previous entry had about 90 songs available on the disc, and this one only has about 43, 42. Yeah, it's a downgrade from the previous one, but it's still a lot of songs. It'll keep you busy for probably like an hour or two. Something really weird about it is that there's just so many different songs on here that doesn't seem like it fits. Like rap, pop, where do these belong in a Guitar Hero game? It just feels out of place. I feel like they kind of just looked at whatever song remotely had a guitar in it and just said, yeah, this is fine. And there was really no songs that was released as DLC for this game. All that went to the Guitar Hero TV aspect of it. This was kind of like an online live service type deal that you can just play whatever song they have going on in whatever position you're in. This one, instead of acting like, you know, a classic Guitar Hero hop in and play type deal, this actually feels like you're hopping into a random stations playing random songs that support Guitar Hero Live controllers and then playing it from there. Of course, you can't play this anymore because the live server shut down in 2018, and there has been a project to revive all this and add even more songs to the list, but I have tried every single thing I could possibly do and I cannot get this working at all. For some reason, I kind of feel like they just threw this one out onto the market, didn't really care a whole lot. Something just tells me that. And that was Guitar Hero Live. A strange game at best, yet I still enjoyed it. So Guitar Hero Live was pretty okay. I mean, nothing to really last me like 4 or 5 hours straight, just enough to do about 7 minutes worth, you know? Unfortunately, it just killed the franchise after this. Yep, last game. I would never expect that to be happening. But overall, since we looked at a game that can also play songs, why not look at a CD player that can also play games?